Hello. Excuse me. Well, I've got helmet hair, and the reason I've got helmet hair, of course, is because I did actually get her on Mustang Sally today. Anyway, I was testing several things, obviously, the bike itself, and the tuning bits I'd done, and also I was testing out some new gloves, some Goldtop tan gauntlets, traditional motorcycle gauntlets, which were very good. Anyway, what can I tell you? Well, first of all, what you're about to see is an 8-minute segment of my ride as I left Bradwell. Unfortunately, the camera angle was a dismal failure. So you get to see the bike, obviously, and the speedometer and my gloves, but not much of the landscape, unfortunately. So instead of a full-length video, you've got an 8-minute segment, just so you can hear what the engine sounds like. Under load. Well, what can I tell you apart from that? Well, the bike lived up to and exceeded expectations as a worthy replacement for the Bullet 500. Does the job. Loved it. I got the lowrider seat on there, which I bought from what's his name? Patrick, who's on the Royal Enfield owners group. He let me have a brand new lowrider seat at a very good price, and it's supremely comfortable. I think it was Ainsworth Rider who advised me that it would be quite a comfortable thing to sit on. I think he's got one, and he wasn't wrong. It's really comfortable. On flat foot, everything, no problem. It's about the same height as my Meteor, so it will be hard to decide which bike to take out. Actually, obviously Mustang is going to be in the garage for a little while because of all the chrome and stuff. So the Meteor is the most weatherproof of the two. So there'll be Meteor who comes out. I reckon the Meteor. Anyway, it's back to the drawing board with a blooming camera mount. It didn't work at all. I couldn't angle it far enough back to get the rule of 3 shot that I usually use. So it's going to be back to the chest mount, I'm afraid. I was also most gratified to find, though, that I wasn't affected by wind noise very much, even though it was on the helmet. So that was good, but obviously it's not really much good for commentary. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to using the chest mount rig, which I've just about got, so it's sort of straight and whatnot. I figured out why it was on the tilt all the time, because the actual mounting plate is actually asymmetrical, so I had to, the adjustment straps aren't the same length. Why that should be, I don't know, because I can't see any really good reason for it. But anyway, I've reset the straps to compensate, so hopefully next time I mount it on the chest mount, it will be about right. Well, as I say, the bike, flawless, absolutely flawless. Obviously, I did miss the having a gear indicator. I did try getting 6th gear a couple of times that I didn't have. I'm pretty sure we all do that. But for the rest of it, the speedometer is easy to read. The LED isn't. Just tells you what you need to know. So, like all the Royal Enfields, there's no unnecessary rubbish on it. So basically it tells you everything you know, you need to know. The tyres were good. I've actually got an Avon Road Rider on the back, because when Volcanic Brown had the classic, he'd had a a 22-mile puncture. If you go to his YouTube channel, there's a story about that he'll be happy to recount to you on it via his video. Yeah, the Road Rider tyre, very nice. I don't know if it's better than the Seats or not. I mean, I ride on Seats. I rode on Seats on the Meteor. I never had any trouble with them, and I didn't expect to have any problems tyre-wise with the Classic either. So, what I did notice is the exactly as expected, the seating position, bars and everything, exactly like the Bullet. Well, I mean, I always considered the old Bullet 500 and the Classic 500 to be pretty much the same bike because, well, mechanically and frame-wise they were. The only difference has really been rear mudguards and seating arrangements. So at risk of making myself unpopular, I designate the Classic 350 as a Bullet, a 350 Bullet, a new one. Now they brought the Bullet model out, and we know that the only difference between the two is the rear mudguard setup and seat arrangement. They're basically the same bike, and that follows what happened with the old 500 UCE models. So I have seen no reason to differentiate between them, other than one is the Bullet model with the dual seat, and the Classic is pretty much the same bike but with separate seats. I prefer the separate seats, mainly because I can alter, for instance, I put a lowrider on mine, lowrider seat, which suits me perfectly, and I haven't had to mess around with wifey's pillion. Now, if she decides at some point that she doesn't like that pillion seat, I can change that independently of mine without affecting my seat, you see. So the separate seat way of doing things is pretty much the right way to do it. So from that point of view, mission accomplished. From the point of view of finding a worthy replacement for the 500 Bullet, mission accomplished there as well. And having spoken to Hitchcocks, I mean, I've already got stage 2 tune on both my bikes now, and I've more or less decided I am going to put the Kent cam in them to just give that extra bit of torque. In my case, not for climbing hills, because, well, we've got hills in Norfolk, but not to the same extent as Ian Hughes and Bingley Wheeler and that bloke on a motorbike, David, and various other people up north have to. Obviously, they're all hills, so they need the hill climbing abilities anyway. And I mean, to be fair, the standard bike does the hills quite well. But Tiger Ness has put one of the Kent cams from Hitchcock's into his bike, and it climbs like a bloody mountain goat now. So, but in my case, it's not so much for the hill climbability, although later on I might want to as I go further afield, which I'm very likely to on the Classic, because it's so comfortable. Really, it's actually more comfortable than the Meteor, to be perfectly honest. I'm always a little bit uncomfortable with the Ford controls on that. I mean, I'm all right once I get into it, but I actually do prefer the Bullet way of doing things, because the pegs and bars and everything are just right. So I've got no aches and pains, no sore bum, nothing. So that's pretty good. And bearing in mind it was about 9 degrees when I was out there today. Pretty good going. Well, there's that. The gloves are okay. My hands didn't get cold per se, but they weren't as warm as I would have liked. So I expect some glove liners would probably be a good idea with the gauntlets, Goldtop gauntlets. But having said that, all the rest of the year I think those gauntlets are going to be great. Because they're nice and breathable, and they are supposed to be waterproof, so, you know, with a bit of dubbing. And I do prefer old-fashioned gloves to new ones. I don't like the new gloves. They all look like something out of a Japanese anime, for heaven's sake. Not to mention the fact that fitting is just so hit and miss these days. I've got gloves that are purported to be medium size, which is what my hands are, and they're tight, or I get small pairs that are large, and it's such a nuisance getting the right fitting on things these days. Anyway, well, so anyway, it was a lovely day over there today. The sun was out, some of it. Unfortunately, as I say, because of the cameraman, I didn't get the blooming shots of the Alvergate Marsh I wanted to get as it was going. Obviously I panned the camera around to try and get it, but the camera angle was just wrong, and I couldn't adjust it, so that was a bloody nuisance. Anyway, apart from the camera shenanigans, it was a very successful ride out. Obviously next time out I'll have my camera reset onto the chest mount, and then hopefully I will also have a helmet mic fitted, so I'll be able to do the vlogging properly without having to worry too much. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the 8-minute segment of nonsense coming up, and you know, do the old like and subscribe and comment and everything. So for this video anyway, I'll see you on the next one.